Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm going to keep my little chat open so that you can let me know if at any point the sound, something happens, and you can't hear me well right now. Definitely let me know. And I'm gonna just keep letting people in as we go. Um, so I'm going to be talking for a moment about Yoga Nidra, because we may have some people new to the practice. If that's you, then welcome. It's a beautiful and restorative practice. Um, so while I do that, though, it's very important to me that you get as comfortable as you can be. So around you in your space, seeing if there's anything that needs to be kind of cleared away, if there's anything you need to gather to become more comfortable or cozy, like blankets and pillows. If you're wearing any like uncomfortable clothing, definitely change that situation. Pajamas are great. Even crawling into bed is great. We have these beautiful candles here, but you do not need to see at all. Eventually, you'll be likely laying down. So don't worry too much about the position of your device. Just think of creating a Nidra nest, is actually what is generally called in the Yoga Nidra world. Not That's not affiliated with branding in any way. It really is a Nidra nest. It is intended to be a warm and comfortable space because that will allow the practice to become much richer. So take your time. There's no rush. Just start to make any adjustments that you need to be as comfortable as you can. And generally, we'll be laying down for this practice. If you would rather sit up, that's perfectly fine. I would just recommend having something to lean back against so that you don't have to do too much effort. So that could be against a wall, on the couch, whatever it is. If you are comfortable laying down, then go ahead and do that. Yeah. Okay, so as you're making your cozy nest, I'll tell you a little bit about Yoga Nidra just to let you know. So, um, wow, yeah, Yoga Nidra is it's a meditation practice. It's a guided rest, and so it doesn't require us to physically do anything at all. Um, and it's intended to bring us into a state of consciousness. So Yoga Nidra is both what the practice is called, Yoga Nidra, meaning yogic sleep. And it's also the state that the practice brings us in. And the idea of yogic sleep is really like this sleep, as in a full relaxation and detachment, but there's also a level of conscious awareness there generally. Okay. So it's really common in Yoga Nidra for people to fall asleep. Of course, we're generally laying down with our eyes closed. And so, because the intention of the practice is ultimately rest, if you fall asleep during this practice, I'm so happy for you. I think that's wonderful. Sometimes we will stay more awake and aware. We may or may not be ready or able to settle into a state of relaxation right now. So I really recommend just having kind of an open mind for whatever comes in your practice tonight to be what is required of you. If you fall asleep, you probably needed the sleep. If your mind is running, maybe the mind needed to be running. So there's a real softening of expectation that is really important to the practice. And interestingly, Yoga Nidra is often depicted in ancient imagery as a goddess. So Yoga Nidra is depicted as the goddess Nidra Shakti, the sleep goddess. I mean, I love her. And so coming to the practice or the state of Yoga Nidra is understood as having a visit from the sleep goddess in ancient times. And I find that just very comforting to bring forward into modernity. And it's not only a space of non-doing, it's this understanding that by coming to the practice of non-doing, of detachment and rest, actually so much happens. So much healing in the body happens. So much processing of memories happens. And creativity itself is really born from rest. And this is something that is being, kind of examined in research nowadays. But this has been known, this is an ancient practice. This is a practice from thousands of years ago. And there are images of Hindu gods and goddesses being held in a state of yoga nidra from which all their creativity and ideas were born. So it's a really beautiful and rich practice. And every time we practice it, it will be a little different. So luckily, we'll be here every week and you can see what happens. But how it actually works, just so you know, it's a guided meditation. So I'm talking pretty much the whole time. There may be a couple pauses, but very brief generally. And so my voice is guiding your mind to be aware of certain things. And the idea really is that it engages the mind just enough that it can detach. There's a polarity there that works really well. So if you get distracted, being at home, especially, there can be things that come up. You can return to the practice just by returning to my voice, and you can do that as many times as you need. So we'll go through different phases, and I'll be directing your awareness to different things, different places along the way. Okay, so go ahead and settle in. You can lay down if you're not already. Again, no need to watch the screen at all, although you can. And I will say too that generally the body temperature drops in this practice. So having blankets, socks, that kind of stuff on you as you begin will prevent you from having to adjust midway, which if you do need to adjust, please do. And just come back. But yeah, you can kind of prepare yourself now. So take your time to make those last couple adjustments. And then eventually you may come to a sense of settling into the ground beneath you. Allowing for some stillness, even if you need to move a little bit or adjust. Just kind of allowing the slowing down of effort, of being upright. You may start by hearing the sounds that are around you now. The sounds that are within your space, inside your walls. And the sounds that are outside your space, outside the walls. And we're allowing all of these sounds to be the soundscape that holds us while we're in this practice. So allowing all the sounds that you can hear inside your space and outside of your space to be kind of the backdrop of the practice. So welcoming all sounds as the backdrop of our practice tonight. And then let's feel back into the ground beneath you. You may feel that there is a steady source of support beneath you, whether it's the floor, the couch, the bed, feeling that it is more than capable of holding your weight, and feeling how gravity is drawing you in towards that support. You don't have to do anything to find it or to ease into it. It's already right there holding you as it has been for your whole life. So we can come to a sense of allowing gravity to draw us in to the stable support of the earth. We'll come now even closer internally towards ourselves and feel into the natural rhythm of the breath. To feel the rise of each inhale and the softening of every exhale. You can stay with your own natural breath rhythm. No need to change anything at all. You are welcome, though, to really savor that exhale, the natural softening, the natural release that's already happening with every exhale. Again and again, softening into the pull of gravity that draws you in to the stable, steady support of the earth beneath you. Tonight, entering this practice with an intention of rest, of course, and rest as a deeply loving and nurturing act to the body, a loving and nurturing act to the mind, and a loving and nurturing act to your spirit itself. Whatever happens, allowing yourself this space is a deeply loving act. My teacher Uma says, you can't do it wrong because there's nothing to do. Let's take a few more breaths, continuing to savor that exhale, softening into this rest practice as an act of love. And now I'll take you on a little journey around the body. I'll bring your awareness to an area inside the body and as we go to each place with our awareness, we are inviting that place to soften into rest, to soften into the love that this rest conveys and holds space for. Rest as a loving act says you don't have to do anything. You can settle in as you already are, and it's enough. It's more than enough. Inviting each area of the body as we go to settle into rest as like a loving embrace, as a gift. We'll start with pinky toe on the right foot, and pinky toe on the left foot. Fourth toe on the right foot. And fourth toe on the left foot. Middle toe on the right foot. And middle toe on the left foot. Second toe on the right foot. And second toe on the left foot. Big toe on the right foot. And big toe on the left foot. Sole of the right foot. And sole of the left foot. Top of the right foot. And top of the left foot. Right ankle. And left ankle. Right shin. And left shin. Right knee. And left knee. Right thigh. And left thigh. Right hip. And left hip. lower belly, and lower back. Right ribs and the left ribs. Right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade. Right shoulder and the left shoulder. Right upper arm and the left upper arm. Right elbow and the left elbow. Right forearm and the left forearm. Right wrist and the left wrist. Back of the right hand and back of the left hand. Right pinky finger and the left pinky finger. Right ring finger and the left ring finger. Right middle finger and the left middle finger. Right pointer finger and left pointer finger. Right thumb and the left thumb. sole of the right hand, the palm, and left palm, sweeping back up the arms. We'll come to right collarbone, and the left collarbone, back of the heart, and the heart space, neck and throat, and the jaw, right cheek, and the left cheek, right ear, and the left ear, right nostril, and the left nostril, right eye, and the left eye, forehead, and the crown of the head, softening into the loving embrace of rest from the crown of the head all the way down to the soles of the feet, softening into the loving embrace of rest from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. Now you may notice anywhere you may feel cold or cooler, and anywhere that you may feel warm or warmer. Any areas that may feel tight or tense. Any areas that may feel soft or at ease. Any areas that you may feel stuck. And any areas where you may feel free. Any parts of you that feel awake, and any parts of you that feel asleep. Now, I would like to bring your awareness to the love that your own body has for you. This body, this vessel that has carried you every moment of your life. These lungs that have breathed for you every minute of your life. This heart that has beat for you every single minute of your whole life. This structure, the bones that hold you, that protects you. These eyes that see for you. These feet that walk for you. And these hands that hold for you. Allowing yourself to rest now in the love that your own body has for you. Allowing yourself to rest now into the love that your body has for you. This body that has brought you through every high and low of your whole life. At times where you are kind to it, and at times that you were not. Resting now into the love that your own body has for you. And you may remember now the love that the earth has for you. This earth that offers you food to eat, all the food you've ever had, a gift from the earth itself. Resting now into the love that the earth itself has for you. The earth that has provided all the air you've ever breathed, collaborating with the body to allow every breath you've ever taken. This earth has also offered you all the water that you have ever drank. Resting in the love that the earth has for you. Allowing yourself now to rest into the love that this earth has for you. bring awareness to some of the love that is around you in relationship. These could be close or even fleeting, passing relationships. They could be past, present, or even future. The person or animal with which we are in relationship with may be alive or may not be alive now today. Whether this love comes from a pet or a neighbor or friends or family, or even a brief interaction with a stranger. See what comes up and see if we may be able to kind of bask in that loving connection, whatever the source of it may be, allowing your awareness to rest on that loving relationship. You may be able to have a sense of soaking or bathing into love itself. Whatever the source of it is, doesn't really matter anymore as you settle into soaking in love itself. As if you may be able to dissolve into the pool of love, as if the boundaries between your body and the giver of love could become impossible to separate, to become kind of all mixed together. Allowing yourself to rest now into love itself. Allowing yourself to rest now into love itself. Now here, visited by Nidra Shakti in whatever form she has come to you tonight, you may ask yourself or her if there is something you would like to remember or take with you from this particular visit. What part of this practice tonight would you like to stay and travel with you? You may begin to bring awareness back now to the rhythm of your own breath. to feel again the rise of the inhale, the softening of every exhale. You may again feel into the ground beneath you, the earth that holds you. And then you may sense now back into the sounds around you, inside your space, outside your space. If you are staying in your resting place, please do. If you are emerging from your resting place, please take your time, moving slowly, gently back into your evening. And thank you so much for being here with us tonight in the very first Nest at Home Yoga Nidra. I plan to keep doing this indefinitely, so I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you'll continue to be here taking requests for themes. So if there's something you want me to focus on, let me know. Thank you so much. If you are going to say thank you or something, no need, first of all, but if you do, just the chat would be good so we can keep the space kind of quiet. Sometimes it's a bit jarring. um, yeah, thank you so, so much. And we hope to see you next week. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. And if you ever want to tell me how this practice went for you, I'm very nosy and I love to hear how it goes. So please feel free. And if not, we'll hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Shanti. Peace. Incoming robot voice. And